Welcome to the Sportcon Challenge. Congratulations. I want to say thank you for firstly investing in yourself and secondly trusting me to guide you on your way to next level results. So why are you here? Obviously, I'm sure you're after the whole concept of next level results. But the only way you can finally get to next level results is by understanding how we got to this point. Understanding what it's taken me to create this gamified system, and maybe you could even relate to some of the experiences I had trying to figure out exactly how to get to this point. So if you have a better understanding of the background, then maybe you'd appreciate the amount of effort that's gone into simplifying the system for you, and at the end of the day maybe motivates you to be more consistent. At the end of the day, do what is required to achieve the next level results. So I want to give you a quick little background on myself. You've probably seen my awesome face on, not really, some of the videos that I've done on Sportcon Results TV, maybe on the Facebook page or the website. But you don't really know anything about me. Now, I'm a South African. I was born in Cape Town, and as you can see, the first little point there is Robben Island. Now, a lot of people don't even know this about me, but I was sort of born on Robben Island. I was technically born in Cape Town, yes, in a hospital because there were no hospitals on Robben Island. But I actually grew up like the first, I think, 2 years or something of my life. I actually lived on Robben Island. My father was a prison warden for Mr. Nelson Mandela. So yeah, that's an interesting fact that a lot of people don't know. It's quite cool to say that you actually lived on a World Heritage site. So that's a bit of a brief history for you on that side. Then on sport and martial arts, I've always been into sport and martial arts. That's one of the reasons I went into the fitness game. I started as a coach in 2007, started my own business in 2008. Martial arts has always been part of my life. I mean, when I was 6 or 8 years old, I can't actually remember the exact age, I was invited to go and compete in world championships in kickboxing. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford it, so I never went to that competition. But then I had the opportunity again in 2007 where I competed internationally in Taekwondo. I was a black belt in Taekwondo. I competed in Greece. I won two European gold medals there at the European Championships. And then also in 2008, I competed in Toronto, Canada, in the World Championships. I'm stubborn, yes, I'm definitely stubborn. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for my stubbornness, we wouldn't be, you wouldn't be watching this video, and I wouldn't be making it for you. Because at the end of the day, yes, I like following my own head and trying to do stuff that no one's really done, because at the end of the day I've always felt that I need to make a difference in this world, and I need to change things, try and inspire people to be better, and do my small little part to this world and for this world before I leave this world. In 2014, all of that changed for me. That's when my journey truly started. In the next couple of slides, I'll actually go over the journey so you can understand how everything changed for me in 2014. And then I just had to end off with the Mindset Summit, seeing that this is the picture for the Mindset Summit. In 2015, I had the opportunity to be one of the featured presenters at the Mindset Summit. And yes, I'm not measuring something there with my hands. It's just I'm a very visual type of person, so I like swinging my hands when I speak and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a short little background of who I am, and let's go into the rest of the story of how you actually going to get to next level results, and how I came to find out what exactly the system is. So this was Sportcon. Sportcon I started in 2008, October 17th, 2008. Now the first couple of years, from 2008 to 2013, things were like, normal stuff. If you look in the picture top right, that's me training two kids at their houses. I started, from the trunk of my car or the boot of my car, driving around to houses and training the kids at the houses. Then from there, if I'm going from right to left, the middle picture was my first small little gym that I had. I've had three in total, but this was the first small one, 100 square meters. And I outgrew that facility within like 10 months. And then I went to the facility on the left where we had lots of fun. I was there for 6 years when eventually I let this facility go to pursue new things. We always focused on obviously getting the best results for our clients. You can see on the left bottom there we have John, Big John, as everyone called him. He lost 100 kilograms Then we had Yandere in the middle. She did really well. She had a good transformation. And then on the right hand side, I had Duncan there, who also did really well in our transformation camp program. Yet the biggest problem here for me is pretty much all of the people here that got great results never maintained the results. And that's a sort of a hint to what the next level results journey was all about. Was about me finding a way for these people not just to only achieve the results, but to maintain the results. So from 2014, things completely changed, okay? I went through 4 phases. First came the pain, the horrible pain, and I'm going to explain some of that for you just now. Then I saw the possibility of what it could be, what life could be, what Sportcon could be, going forward. Then came the persistence of still keeping on track to the possibility, and then at the end, finding the path to that possibility. So first we started with the pain. Now I had 3 major things happen to me. Now they're not all exactly in order, but it's just going to give you an overview of the story. Otherwise we're going to sit you for hours, me telling you the story of what happened to me. So at the end of 2013, December the 8th, the 9th, the 8th sort of, the 9th I was going to go on holiday, so the 8th everything happened. It was a Sunday, and at that time I was actually married. And I was married for 3 years, been together for almost 10, and suddenly just my wife decided to walk out, and I was completely stumped. I couldn't believe what the hell was going on. I didn't even see it coming. It literally came out of nowhere. So it caught me completely by surprise, okay? That sent me in a complete downward spiral. I mean, I was watching The Following with Kevin Bacon. I was like watching the whole series in one day, just trying to find perspective on what the hell was going on in life. And suddenly I saw things differently to what I've seen them in the past, because in the first couple of years, from 2008 to 2013, I wouldn't say things were easy, but the business was going, things were going okay. I thought the relationship was going okay. Everything was okay. And yet, I found myself with, literally looking down the barrel of a gun and thinking, what the hell is happening to my life here? I don't know what's going on. I never expected this to happen. Okay, fast forward from that sent me on a journey, a mindset journey and everything. But we'll get to that point a little bit later. Then the second thing that happened is, after the whole divorce thing, after going on my little mindset journey and seeing some of the possibilities of what could happen and what life could be like, I sort of faced depression. I went to America, I went to the Mindset Summit. I spoke there, and when I came back, it's like for some reason I was just down and out. I really struggled to maintain what was what was happening. And just in case you're the same as me, while I'm busy giving you talking about this and talking about the experience, that little last word, deceit, I know it's not in line with depression and it's frustrating me. It's like a little OCD thing just checking in there. So just forget about it. I'm trying to forget about it, but it's not really working. But in any case, so I faced hectic depression. I don't know, for some reason I really struggled. I was on a high, being in America for the first time in my life, being a boy from a small little mining town, grew up in a mining town. I was there from probably age, I think 8 all the way up till 16. So it was most of my life I grew up in that type of thing. So to go to Connecticut, which is just outside New York, was pretty cool for me. But when I came back, suddenly I had to face reality, and I really struggled. I faced depression, and the business started going backwards. I was really in I was having financial difficulties with the gym, and things were just not looking up. There was a lot of factors and things that happened, small things that I let go, mistakes I made. Yes, fair enough. This depression led me to almost committing suicide, more than one time. Actually, on multiple times, I was feeling down and out, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised that I made it through that. It was really difficult, but it just sort of told me that, listen, you need to find a solution to what you're busy working on, because at the end of the day, it wasn't to save anyone else, it was to save myself. And if I could save myself, then maybe, I'm not going to save anyone, but maybe I could just inspire someone else to be better and to move forward, and at the end of the day, just move to the next level. And then lastly, if you look at the deceit, which is not in line with depression, was, this is a story that a lot of people don't actually know, but when I went through my depression and things went backwards, this was literally like a chain reaction. From the divorce, I struggled, to find perspective on life. That led to sort of depression. From the depression led to deceit. So when the business was in trouble, I had to make a decision. Now, from the outside in, a lot of people looked at it and they had their opinions on what I was doing and why I was doing these things. And, I made decision that the business is in trouble. Either I sell the gym, or, I let my guys, my coaches go that have been loyal to me over the last, 5, 6, 7 years. I leave them high and dry, and, I just continue on my own. Yet, one of my biggest, I would say, faults, but also positives in life is that I tend to do things for others first. So I decided to sell the gym. Now, I wouldn't just sell the gym to anyone. I would sell it to clients that I've known for pretty much 4 years, that we actually, outside the gym a couple of times, we did some things together. We had a braai or barbecue, whatever you want to call it. We had that together. We had, some small little get-togethers together, which was pretty decent. It was fun. I mean, we had lots of fun together. So I just felt that these people were the perfect people to go on with Sportcon, to go on with the tradition, and at the end of the day, just sort of, live the name forward. And with that happening, the deal was done. I left for Thailand and Vietnam because I needed to find perspective in my life. I was really struggling at that stage. I was wanting to create the system, yet I was failing left, right, and center, and no one could see what I was seeing. Even my coaches, they probably thought there was in drugs or something, that I went on a completely different direction. But I saw something through my own pain, through what I was experiencing. So in any case, long story short, we spent about 4 or 5 months in Thailand and Vietnam, and the people, the ex-clients of mine, never paid for the business. They didn't pay a single cent. They ran the business for 9 months, pretty much into the ground. I came back, I tried to fight for it. There was a lot of legal stuff that happened, and at the end of the day, they pretty much took every single client of mine. They left me with a gym with only the equipment in it. They badmouthed me. They said a lot of stuff about it. And, even my clients believed all the stories. No one came to me. No one asked me, what was happening. So it was tough for me. A year I was, building a business for 6, 7, 8 years in one place. I was about there for 6 years. And suddenly everyone left. It was the same as when I went through my divorce. All my friends picked my ex-wife's side, and I felt all alone. And here it was, for the second time in my life, this happened again. So I sat with the decision. Listen, yeah, do I continue trying to live this life that I want to live? Find the system that I want to find, because it's cost me now. If you think about it, it cost me a wife and an ex-wife. It cost me my health because I was depressed and I wanted to commit suicide, and then it cost me my business, and I lost a lot of money with the whole process. But it's just a part of life, and that's some of the pain that I experienced. So that's a quick little overview, just to give you an idea of where everything started for me. So from the pain, I went to the possibility. So I saw the possibility even when I went through the divorce. Now, as I said to you in the previous slide, that a lot of this is just an overview of what happened. The timelines are not exact, because otherwise it's going to take us forever to go through this. But if you look at all of the 3 big things that happened to me, my biggest thing that I was looking at, the possibility I was painting for myself, was I wanted happiness. I think everyone in life wants happiness. There's no point in having all the money in the world, having a six-pack, but you're not happy. So to me, happiness was very, very important. I saw that possibility, that it was possible for me to be happy again. I also saw the possibility that, there's a way of having predictable results, where, yes, we got results in the past for the people and for my clients, but sometimes, they would get the results, or they would struggle to get the results. It wasn't predictable, and then even if they got it, they wouldn't be able to maintain it. And then obviously, like I've said, the possibility that I saw was, I've always wanted to make a difference, and I believe that with this system I could make a massive, massive difference to others, because I just have a way of strategically thinking about stuff, taking things, firstly making them super complicated, and then try and bite-sizing them until I find a simplified way to do things. So then came the persistence. During this whole process, during the divorce, during the depression, during the deceit, I first started with overcomplicating things. When I went from my divorce, I started on my mindset journey. Now, I've always been a guy that was interested in personal development. So for 10, 12, 13 years, I just studied personal development stuff because I've always wanted to be better. But I used to take all the information that I gathered, all the information from the mindset, and I really overcomplicated it. I had a couple of small groups of people that trained through, back then I called it Rebel Camp, and then Spartan Method, and all these things. But I really, really overcomplicated. So a lot of people struggle to maintain it. And then I also faced massive, massive obstacles. Like I've said, I lost the business. I tried to go overseas to get my head straight. That didn't work out because money wasn't there, and all these different things. And then when I came back to South Africa, I wasn't sure what to do, and I was confused, and I tried to apply for a job, yet I applied for over 180 jobs. I didn't get one. Then I entered a BCom marketing degree to see if that doesn't help. So I was literally grabbing at everything I could get my hands on to try and find a solution. And then one day I was literally driving down the road, and it hit me like a ton of bricks that, you know what, this is my purpose. My purpose is to be a coach. My purpose is to help others. My purpose is to find a different way for people to be successful. I strive for success. I would say I would classify myself as a performance coach because I do not just look at one-dimensional stuff. I look at different things of life, mind, body, life, all these type of things. So I definitely believe that through all these tough times, this was my purpose. I needed to find the solution at the end of the day. So that gives you a quick little overview of how I went from, the pain. Then I saw the possibility, and then I had to persist through all that pain and the possibility, seeing it until I created the path. And the path is what I'm going to share with you in the next video, because otherwise this video is way too long. But I just want you to understand, and I'm hoping that you could somehow relate to some of the stuff that I went through. This video is not made for you to feel sorry for me, for you to feel bad for me, or whatever. It's purely for you to see the journey that I've gone through, for you to understand that, listen, yeah, even though this might be a fitness, and Sportcon was originally just a fitness type of company, it's now more going on well-being and health, and how everything is interconnected and intertwined, and how one disaster in your life can lead to, a handful, maybe even a crap load of disasters. And if you use a gamified system, things will be a little bit easier. So now what you can do is go to the next video, which is obviously the path video. Thanks for watching this one. Cheers, bye.